deep purpose. Plus, a Flagstaff favorite reopens. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Ashley Hayden.
And I'm Matt Keenitz. Thanks for tuning in. Sex trafficking in Northern Arizona is a bigger issue than some might think.
We had the opportunity to check out the heartbreaking new exhibit at the Church of Epiphany here in Flagstaff. Taken, but not forgotten, stories of human trafficking. Take a look at what was inside. Open Doors Art in Action features exhibits by local artists to raise awareness of social and environmental justice issues. The new exhibit being shown here focuses on stories of human trafficking told through art. One of the artists knows all too well what human trafficking can do to a person.
I was trafficked from the age of 13 until just before I turned 18 years old.
Shauna Parker, human trafficking survivor and activist, opened up about her struggle to adjust back to the real world after having almost 5 years of her life taken from her.
Whenever you hold that trauma in, it's going to have to find a way to get out. And for me, it ended up being art.
After building her career and achieving a somewhat normal life despite her past, Parker didn't become an activist until she got inspiration from someone very close to her heart.
It all started with my daughter when she turned 13 and her asking, "What are you going to do now?" So we're doing it.
After that conversation, she quit her job and started working with young trafficking victims, helping them think about forgiveness and peace while using their stories as an inspiration for her artwork. Parker's story is just one of the many behind the different pieces at the exhibit.
The red handprint is actually the symbol for missing and murdered Indigenous women. It's sort of hard to look at, but they're very, very powerful.
Indigenous women are a massive target for trafficking. Parker says they're more valuable because they can be sold as many different ethnicities and their uniqueness makes them desirable. This type of trafficking among Indigenous women and children in Northern Arizona looks different than what it might look like in the city, a lot of it taking place within a victim's own family. This exhibit hopes to give victims their voice back, let them heal through their art, and spread awareness about the issue to the public.
I mean, we have the freedom to put this exhibit on, and everybody here has the freedom to come. But the people that are trafficked have no freedom.
Ashley Hayden, NAZ Today. If you would like to learn more about this exhibit and the stories inside, visit www.opendoorsartinaction.com for more information. Kyrsten Sinema says she is retiring from the Senate. The Democrat-turned-independent senator said she will not be seeking re-election in November. Her reason? America is not ready for her kind of bipartisan politics.
The outcome, less important than beating the other guy. The only political victories that matter these days are symbolic. Attacking your opponents on cable news or social media. Compromise is a dirty word. I believe in my approach, but it's not what America wants right now. I love Arizona, and I am so proud of what we've delivered. Because I choose civility, understanding, listening, working together to get stuff done, I will leave the Senate at the end of this year.
Sinema dropping out of the race means the closely watched three-way race between independent, Democrat, and Republican candidates is now down to just two. Republican Carrie Lake, a former Fox News anchor, and Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego. Yavapai County Sheriff's officers are investigating how a bullet hole wound up in the wall of a Paulden home. Deputies were called to a house Saturday night and found the bullet in a home of a couple and their 2-month-old baby. One of the suspects, Jesus Martinez, admitted he owned the handgun linked to the shooting. Martinez was arrested and faces charges of reckless handling of a firearm along with endangerment and aggravated assault.
The son of stars Janelle and Cody Brown from the reality TV show Sister Wives was found dead in Flagstaff on Tuesday. Police say it was apparent that 25-year-old Garrison Brown had died from suicide and that there was no sign of foul play. A local favorite has returned to Flagstaff. The beloved Mama Burger, now Mama B's, reopened this week.
NAZ Today's Jordan Vallander went to the restaurant to talk about the reopening.
Thank you, Ashley. We got to go down to Mama B's to talk to the team about what it means to reopen the business. Well known around town for its tasty burgers, there was just something special about this local restaurant.
Having Mama Burger be closed for so long has really created a hole in the hearts of this community, and they're not hesitating to express that to us along the way through social media, through internet forums, I'm sure everyone's read all the rumors that have come up.
Along with the name change to Mama B's, the team has added some new Southwest flavors to the menu.
We really like the direction we're going. We're kind of trying to embody living in the Southwest.
We have made some changes to our menu. Customers are going to realize that from the get-go, but our pricing, I feel, has stayed fair.
With the rebranding of Mama B's comes a new, more efficient drive-through process.
We decided to switch to a digital drive-through, meaning customers will order online through our website, through the Toast app, and then when their food is ready, they'll receive a text, and then they can just come to the old drive-through window to pick up their food, and then they're out the door.
Customer Diamond Pate says she's been waiting a long time to taste a Mama Burger.
I'm the pastor at Federated Community Church, and when I moved here last year, I asked my congregants where should I go to eat, and they said Mama Burgers. And I moved here, and then they closed right after, and I got addicted to the burgers, and then they closed, and I waited for them to reopen, so I came out as soon as I heard the news.
Mama B's is currently open for lunch 7 days a week, with plans to open for dinner once they hire more staff. For more information, you can visit them at MamaB's_Flagstaff on Instagram. Jordan Vallander, NAZ Today.
3,500 acres have burned in the Aubrey fire that broke out near Seligman on Tuesday. The Aubrey fire is a collection of 3 fires that started around 4 p.m. Crews have made progress to stop the blaze from spreading. As of now, the fire is not contained, but there have been no reports of injuries or burned structures. It appears the City Council is preparing to lower the speed limit on a portion of Butler Drive for the safety of pedestrians and bike riders. The ordinance would lower the limit from 35 to 30 between Milton and Sawmill. Reports suggest many accident victims are college-aged, and there has been a push for changes for years.
It's such a delicate balance to please the bikers, the walkers, and the drivers. I think it's an evolving process, and right now, by lowering this to 30 miles per hour, I think that appeases everybody.
Following a fatal accident on Butler in 2021 that killed a local activist, the bike lanes on Butler near NAU were sectioned off to improve safety. The council has yet to vote on this latest change, but that's expected to happen soon. One of the newest theater companies in the High Country opened their second show over the weekend at, of all places, a local coffee shop.
That's right, Matt. NAZ Today's Kaylee Doyle was there to watch the show and tell us about this unique form of theater.
The Simon Says Theater doesn't work in a theater. They hold productions in private homes, coffee shops, and other unusual venues. Their second production, called Miscast, was held in a coffee shop. And besides the change in setting, this theater group also provides unique opportunities for actors.
Actors get to play roles that they would not normally get to play for one reason or another. It's been a ton of fun. It's allowed a lot of new people into the theater community.
Cast members join this production say it's an opportunity to cast aside typecasts.
I am also one of the actors, as previously mentioned, that gets typecast a lot and gets put in these specific characters and roles, and often female, often higher range, since I guess I have a stronger range in there. But I was astonished, and I was like, I get these opportunities that I wouldn't get in my musical theater classes. It doesn't look like I'd get in the future anytime soon.
Cunningham says Simon Says Theater gives younger directors the chance to get experience by working with their passion projects.
We want to give young adults the chance to sink their teeth into a project that maybe they've never gotten to try before. And we want to trust them with these big projects because they can do it.
This niche is unique for Flagstaff, and the community is recognizing it.
Theater companies here in Flagstaff, sometimes they're a little bit more limited on who They have to direct or choreograph, so it really gives the community more of a variety of directors, actors, dancers.
Next in the works is one of the founding members' passion projects, The Boys in the Band.
A spoken play, just a straight play that's going to take place in a very intimate setting at a house. And it's going to be an immersive experience for the audience.
Kaylee Doyle, NAZ Today.
Coming up, the 2024 primary election results are in, and one candidate is out. Stay with us.
Now we've got an 80% chance of snow tomorrow, but dry and warm weather on the horizon. Stay with us.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back. The primary elections took place across the country yesterday for Super Tuesday.
That's right. And with Republican candidate Nikki Haley dropping out of the race today, the results show promise of a rematch from the 2020 election. CNN's Julia Benbrook has the story.
Big Super Tuesday wins for former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. Shortly after polls closed, they were both projected winners in several states, including North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. Trump celebrated at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida.
They call it Super Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one.
The former president has established a commanding lead in the delegate count. His primary opponent, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, secured a projected win in Vermont. But it's not likely she'll be able to get the support needed to slow Trump's march to the nomination. It takes 1,215 delegates to become the Republican nominee.
We're going to win this election because we have no choice. If we lose the election, we're not going to have a country left.
Biden didn't face any major competition, but he was dealt a blow in U.S. territory, American Samoa, where he's projected to lose the primary to entrepreneur and investor Jason Palmer. Biden's team is already preparing for a possible rematch with Trump in November. The president released a statement acknowledging voters across the country and said they are, quote, showing that they are ready to fight back against Donald Trump's extreme plan to take us backwards. As the results continue to pour in, both candidates will be paying attention to their margins in key races to determine where to focus their energy and campaign dollars moving forward. There are also key primaries in Senate and House races, including here in California. The outcomes of those races could impact control of those two chambers. Reporting in Los Angeles County, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Hi, Meals on Wheels. I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels. I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Michaela Richardson, and I will be your student forecaster on this Wednesday evening. Now, taking a look at our Flagstaff currently, we do have that outside temperature of about 46 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and that southwest wind at about 16 miles per hour. Now into the nitty-gritty, we do have that relative humidity at about 33% with that barometer reading at about 29.88 inches. Now bringing it back to that partially cloudy skies like I mentioned, you can see that there's a bunch of cloud coverage in the state of Arizona, mainly in this southeastern region. However, we do have a little bit up here in northern Arizona, but the main thing to focus on here is that cloud coverage coming in from California. Now this is going to be bringing in our snow showers that I mentioned earlier, and I'll have a little bit more later in the broadcast. Now, talking about yesterday, we do have no precipitation from yesterday, but since we will be seeing a little bit of snow in the next few days, let's talk some statistics. Now, we do have, since January 1st, we did have 5.59 inches with that average of about 4.61. But bringing it back to the temperatures for today, we did have that high of 51 degrees with a low of 26, a little bit above that average of 49 and 22 respectively, and I feel bad for complaining about that low of 26 when our record low of -2 was set in 1935. I don't think I would have survived that very well. Now bringing it back to the high temperatures in the high country today, we did have a high of 55 in the Grand Canyon, 63 in Sedona. Phoenix, you were hanging on to that warmth at 73, Payson a high of 54, and Hopi a high of 56 degrees. Bringing it back to Flagstaff, we do have that forecast low, like I mentioned earlier, at 26 degrees with partially cloudy skies that aren't really going to be going away until the Friday evening. Now, bringing it into tomorrow, we do have that forecast high of 39 degrees, jumping down from that high of 51 that we had today with an 80% chance of snow showers. Now, I know that sounds really intimidating, but we are only getting a little bit under an inch of snow tomorrow and Friday. And yes, I did say Friday. We will be getting a little bit of snow, a little bit of sneak peek. Now bringing it back to the forecast temperatures for tomorrow, we do have that high of 46 and a low of 36 in Sedona, a high of 67 and a low of 50 in Phoenix. You're actually breaking that 70-degree weather, you guys. You have that high of 52 and a low of 30 in Tuba City, and a high of 44 and a low of 32 in Payson, Now bringing it back to Flagstaff one last time, we do have that high of 39 and a low of 26, like I mentioned earlier, with that 80% chance of snow showers. We do have a 30% chance of snow showers on Friday with that high of 46 and a low of 21, but that cloud coverage is going to go away for the weekend with that high of 50 on Saturday and sunny skies on a low of 24 degrees. We're going to be bumping up just a tiny bit more on Sunday with that high of 55 and a low of 29, and Monday we're going to get a little bit of cloud coverage with a high of 54 and a low of 28. Now that's all I have for weather. Stay tuned after the break for your sports recap with Adriana Sparks.
wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Welcome back. My name is Adriana Sparks, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. The Coconino Panthers girls beach volleyball team started off their season strong earlier this week. Have a look. Earlier this week, Coconino High girls beach volleyball opened up their season at home with a win over North Valley Christian after a 5-0 sweep. Junior Lucy Stiegler, leader on the ones court and University of Pacific commit, helped seal the first set win with junior Laurel Cernahouse. She says she's happy to be a part of the team as a captain.
For beach, it's like I'm a lot more of a captain, and it's like nice to be able to lead, and I like helping all the littles, and it's just fun.
Head coach Scott Dendy mentioned how impressed he was at the pair's ability to work together to seal the win in the first and second sets.
Really proud of the ones. Like, one of the things I wasn't sure about them is how they were going to handle adversity, and they were down that whole first set and were able to pull it out, and so I was really impressed with them there. From here on out, we expect to be in the wins column, and we got to go to work every day to.
Junior Addison Callahan helped secure the win in the twos court after she racked up several aces and kills. This comes right after she upgraded from the threes to the twos, which she says is an opportunity to prove herself.
I think that switching from threes to do it really makes me want to fight harder and prove it, because I like to be competitive and I like to show that I deserve to be higher. So I take it as a confidence boost, and I use it to push me harder to do better.
The Panthers are now 1-1 on the season as they prepare to take on Trivium Prep at home tonight.
No, I just think we're going to have a good season this year. So.
Adriana Sparks, NAZ Sports. Now, while Coconino is kicking off their softball season, here at NAU, winter sports have commenced. The men's and women's basketball teams wrapped up their seasons at home and will both travel to Boise, Idaho as the Big Sky Conference tournament begins. Let's take a quick look into some of their season's recaps. The men's team finished their regular season 14-18 overall and 7-11 in conference play, which is actually 5 wins better than last year's regular season record of 9-22. Unfortunately, though, this record is not enough to secure a top 6 seed and earn a first-round bye. Instead, NAU will play the 8-seeded Idaho State Saturday at 8 p.m. Coverage of this will be available on ESPN+. The women's team had an incredible regular season, finishing 23-8 overall and 15-3 in conference play, which not only puts them at the number 2 seed in the Big Sky Conference, but also sets a new single-season win record for NAU. Their next stop will also be in Boise, Idaho, where they will enjoy a bye week before taking on either Sacramento State or Idaho State. The first round of the women's postseason for NAU will be played this Sunday at 2:30 p.m. and, as always, will be available on ESPN+. That's all the sports news I have for you guys. Stay tuned for your weather recap with Michaela Richardson.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I just found out my work party is a +1. You want to go?
This is my boss, Ella.
Nice to meet you, Greg.
You're welcome. Nope, I'm high. But I'll clean the kitchen while you're gone.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive?
I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Heard about the scarecrow who won an award? He was outstanding in his field.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Taking one last look at that weather, we do have a chance of snow showers Thursday and Friday. However, that's going to be a little less than an inch both days. And we're going to be getting that sun back in warm temperatures just in time for spring break. Now, speaking of spring break, Ashley, what are your plans?
Well, unfortunately, sunny weather is not in the cards for me this spring break as I am heading to Idaho. But what about you, Adriana?
So I actually haven't been home for a few months, so home is my destination. What about you, Matt?
I'm doing the same thing as you. I'm heading down to the valley to visit some friends and family for spring break. But that is all we have for you guys tonight. We won't be seeing you next week as we will be taking a short spring break, but we will see you on the following Wednesday at 6. Good night.